Hi, my name's Jordan Plumstead. I'm 13 years old and I live in East Grand Rapids. Let's show you my house. This is my room. I don't do much here. I just pretty much sleep. I live with my two moms, my brother, and two Siamese cats and a Rottweiler. This is the bedroom. This is the bathroom. This is my brother's house, and this is my mom's room. Okay, we're good. So let's go downstairs. I've pretty much just been cooking since like 3 years old, helping my mom in the kitchen, cracking eggs, seasoning pork and steak. This is the family room. We watch TV in here. We don't do much in here other than that. And yeah, this is my dining room. We eat in here. I do my homework in here. We sometimes just lounge in here. We do all this stuff. And since I'm cooking, I gotta get on my chef coat. So let's get that on. I love being in the kitchen because it's just really therapeutic, and I just think it makes me really happy all the time. Just when I step in the kitchen, it's just like a burst of amazingness. And I like to cook things from all around the world. I really like doing authentic food. I don't like Americanizing things too much. I get my inspiration from my parents and from cooking shows and magazines. So I really want to be in Kids Cook Off because I've wanted to be on TV, and I've always wanted my own cooking show since I could remember, and I just love cooking, and I really want to meet Rachel and Guy. So let's get into this. Today we're going to make a beet pasta raviolo with a ricotta and sage filling. So let's get started. We're going to use roasted, make sure it's roasted beets, about 3 medium roasted beets. I want to put this in the food processor. And if you don't roast your beets, then it won't be the same color as if you boiled them or got canned. So you want to put in all of your beets in the food processor. And with these beets, they won't flavor the pasta, but it will give it a nice color, and it will just make the dish a really vibrant red color. So I'm going to put on my lid, and we want to pulse it. And then once you see it sticking to the sides, you want to take off the top and then just scrape down so it gets all blended. And you just want to keep on doing this until it's a nice puree texture. And we have 2 eggs that we're going to put in here in just a second when it's that texture that we want, like baby food kind of. See, it's almost to that consistency, maybe just a couple more pulses. And I think we are about good. Well then, so we want to take our top off the flour first, and then we want to put in a 1/2 cup of semolina flour, also known as TPO. And then now we are going to put in a 1.5 cups of bread flour. Bread flour is really easy to find. Just go to your local supermarket and get that. And then you want to put in 2 eggs. And try and get farm fresh eggs. It makes it better, and I just think it makes it, yeah, just better. So we want to turn that on, and then once it starts forming a dough ball, and it's not doing that yet, and we want to get it all nice and mixed for when we go to our station so we don't have trouble. And pulse it a couple times. Pulse. It looks like the good consistency that we want. So we want to take off, and look at that beautiful color. We want to take it off of the food processor, bring it over to our kneading station. We want to take out your blade because you don't want to cut yourself when you're reaching for the dough. You want to take off all the excess dough on your, oh, I forgot to flour my surface. See? All chefs make mistakes. You want to dust your surface with some flour. Doesn't matter what kind of flour it is. You could use semolina. You can use any type of flour you want. And now you want to take your flour. You want to take your pasta dough, and you want to put it on your board here. Oh, I'm a monster with my blood. Ugh, creepy. And so you want to get that all off your hands. And then, oh gosh. Okay, so take the rest out. And then now we want to go wash our hands and get all this off. No, actually we don't want to do that. We want to put on some flour on top. And we want to knead your dough. It's really sticky, so we're going to add some flour. You want to knead this till it's about the texture of your earlobe. And then what I'm doing right now is I'm activating the gluten in the pasta dough so it gets a chewy texture. Because gluten is a sugar that binds together and gives it that nice doughy, chewy texture that we're looking for. See, and you want to just fold it over, push with your palm, fold over, push with your palm. You want to keep on doing that until it's that texture that I was talking about, the earlobe. And we're going to get there in about just a little second. And almost there. Okay. Nice food. Got it. Got it. Want to flour a little bit more. And then want to take some saran wrap in your dough ball. You want to wrap that and then let that sit on the counter for about 20 minutes. Now we gotta go wash our hands. And then after I'm done washing my hands, then, oh, wrong sink. After I'm done washing my hands, then I want to go over there to start my filling. Yeah, so try and get all of this stuff off your I would suggest before you start your pasta to put on gloves. Yeah. Or because you're probably going to get this. You don't want that to happen. Okay. Almost got it all. Pasta dough. Curse you. So now we are going to take about 1.5 cups of ricotta cheese. about a cup of pre-grated Parmesan cheese, and then we want to put that in the bowl. About a tablespoon and a half of rubbed sage, about a teaspoon of pepper, and just a pinch of salt. And then I want to mix that all until it's all nice and blended together. And this sage gives it a nice, really nice, elegant flavor. I think it's just really good. And you can see I'm using my hashtag foodie spatula, because that totally describes me. And now we want to taste this to make sure everything is the right taste for what I want. So you want to grab a spoon and then go over. I think you just need a little more salt, because if you don't have enough salt, all those flavors won't taste like how they're actually supposed to taste. Because salt makes food taste more like itself. Okay, so we want to wash our hands again, and we want to save that because we're going to fill our raviolo with the ricotta filling. And then now that we want to start our water now, so now we want to heavily salt your water so you can season so it seasons your pasta when you're ready. So now we are going to make our beet salad. It's golden beets. And I think the color really contrasts with that maroon color that the beets are giving off. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to take this red onion, and you're going to use about a quarter of the red onion, and we're just going to julienne our onion. And this onion gives it a little bit of a tang to it, a little bit of a spiciness. It just gives it another whole flavor profile. And so we want to turn that over, and then cut this way. Onion in the bowl. And now we're gonna julienne our beets. So get north and south, cut it this way, and then cut it like this. And then now that you have that, I want to stack those on top of each other and let's try this. Nice and sweet. It's going to be really good with that onion. And I think it's going to work well with the sage and the filling for your ravioli. So now that, you have that. Once you're done cutting a section, you want to put it in your bowl because you don't want to overcrowd your workspace. And you want to do the same thing with the rest of your beets. I got into cooking when I was 3. I just love cooking. Both of my parents are in food service, and they are the people that really blossomed me into the chef I am now. So and And the rest of the salad will be white balsamic vinegar, and olive oil, and some Anglesi sea salt, which is a really coarse sea salt, and some fresh cracked pepper, and goat cheese. You don't have to use goat cheese, and if you don't like goat cheese, because not everyone likes goat cheese, you just use a different cheese of your choice. And if you don't even want to put cheese in it at all, you don't have to. I really want to own my own food truck. I've been fascinated a lot lately of food trucks, and that it's pretty much Meals on Wheels, and I just think it's really awesome, and yeah, it's just super cool. And I would want to name my food truck the Orange Mermaid, and it would be a Spanish tapas food truck. So you would take authentic Spanish tapas and then turn it into street food, such as like fried paella on a stick, or say a grilled octopus on a stick. And then we're going to do our last beet here. And make sure with this you want to use fresh cracked black pepper, because fresh cracked black pepper is always the way to go with salads. You don't always want to use fresh cracked black pepper because it will sometimes overpower things. So I'm going to finish this off. I think that's enough beets. So we want to add in about 1.5 tablespoons of white balsamic vinegar, and then 3/4 of an ounce of olive oil, and a big pinch of Anglesi sea salt, a couple cracks of fresh cracked black pepper, and mix that all together. And then you want to add your goat cheese, about a cup. You mix that well. And then we want to taste. And you need a little more salt. Okay, so that's done now. We'll let that sit. And now we are going to we're going to take our pasta. And so we have our pasta roller here. We want to unwrap our pasta. It's been sitting 20 minutes. So, I want to flour this. And then you want to take your bench knife. You want to cut that into quarters. And so you want to turn this to a 1 setting. This is your pasta roller. You want to put that on stir. And then put your pasta in the roller, nice and floured. And if feeling rebellious, you can even turn it up to 1. A little rebel. You want to be cool in a sense. So, I'm going to turn it up to 2. And so, I'm going to take that and keep out, and then make sure you don't get those rips. One more time through. And set that down. Do your other one. Actually, no, you're not. I'm gonna thank you. Take your pasta, put it through the roller. Since this is getting a little too long to handle, I'm going to cut this in half with my bench knife. And get it through. And then you want to bump it up to 3. And pasta is very forgiving, so if it's not wide enough, you just fold it and then get it wider. And then so now we're going to take our other one and put that through the 3. And now we are going to do that, and then we're going to go up to 4. Put it through. Oh, look at that color, it's just beautiful. So there's this little dangly rebel here. Take that, put that off. And then we're gonna put that through again at 4. And you take this other one, cut that rebel off. Because you don't want these when you're cutting so you get all disorganized. And go through. You want them to stay about equal lengths. So they're pretty good, pretty cool. And so now we're going to bump up that machine to 4, bring it up to 5, and then you're going to be our last one. And the other one. And then I'm going to take this. It's going to be nice and good. Now I'm going to turn this off. Follow this. No, actually we're not. We're not going to follow this. And now we're going to wash our hands. And going to take our filling, put this over here, and we're going to separate our eggs and our egg yolks because that's going to be the center of your raviolo, which is going to like burst out into this like yellow present that's just amazing. So, actually, we're not going to crack that yet. We are going to, I'm going to put my filling into a sheet of pasta. A little bit more. Nice generous amounts. One more over here. Use your trusty handy dandy scoop. And then now I'm gonna separate my eggs. This time crack them. And then you gotta be really delicate with this part. You don't want to break your egg yolk, or else you won't get that runny gooiness that you like. And then press that in. Form a little pocket for that to stay in. I'm gonna do another one. That one came out easy. I'm gonna put that one in there, make the same well again. And then I'm gonna wash my hands. Because salmonella, you don't want salmonella. And then, so the water's boiling. It's not quite boiling yet, so we're going to turn that up. You're going to take your finger, go around your ring of filling and deliciousness. With water. You don't want to add too much or else it'll be bad. And fold this so you don't get fold it over and then it'll be too thick and then it won't cook. So that's doing its thing. I'm gonna cut with your bench knife, the two. That one. And I'm going to put my pasta around, and make sure there's no air holes, because then the air will expand, then your raviolo will burst, and no one wants a bursted raviolo. except for when you're eating it. Then you can burst it all open and eat it and have fun. And there, Bo, get that one out. Cut your bench knife. Take cutter, make a nice square around the pasta. That should be nice and done now. And then we're going to move on to our next one. Oh, we have a hole. We have a hole. So, we're going to take this one. We're going to slide that under there. Just do this one right now. And then really carefully. And then you want to start your timer for 3 minutes. Start. And for your crispy sage, you're going to put, oh, no, wrong one. You're going to put that on high. You're going to put about a tablespoon of olive oil in your pan. And then you want to heat that up. Grab that off the floor. We're not going to use those ones. That would be bad. So we're going to grab a sage leaf. Starting to get a little hot. Another way to test it is take a little water and drop it in the water. And I did it wrong. So, put your sage leaf in there and then fill that down. You can see it boiling around. Keep on flipping it, making sure it's not burning, because these burn quick. You can get that nice sage smell. Well, that should be good and crispy now. Right. And then, okay, it's almost done. It's all good now. Put this in my bowl. Grab that in a second. Actually, we're going to put this on this paper towel. Let it dry. My pasta is almost done. Okay, and our pasta, we're going to plate this onto there with our spider. Okay, our pasta is done now. And then take your pasta really delicately. Make sure not to break that yolk. And then you want to turn off your fire. And then turn off this one because you don't want that to burn. And then you want to plate. Actually, I'm going to have that drain a little more. Drain that side too. Put that on your plate. Oh, look at that. Baby. Now, taking my crispy sage leaf, put that on there, and take my salad, put it on the edges. shaved. Parmesan, and we're gonna now all finished. Now we're gonna go try it. Let's see how this is. It's gonna be yummy. Okay. Now let's dig in. Oh, look at that runny yolk. Oh, golden present. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It's just like an angel kissed me. It's just beautiful. And then, so we're going to take a bite of it with our salad, and then, okay, that was amazing. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Bye.